Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and pleasure to invite our panelists on stage. This panel will put the spotlight on shaping memorable retail experiences, crafting strategies that keep customers coming back. He is Chief Executive Officer, Shogori India Retail Limited, that's Columbia Sportswear. Please welcome on stage Ankur Bhatia. Can we have a round of applause for each one of our panelists? Ladies and gentlemen sitting at the back, please do put your hands together and welcome our participants on stage. He is Managing Director, Neerus. Let's hear a round of applause for Avnish Kumar. Make some noise for Executive Director, Arambagh Food Mart Private Limited, Bias Roy. He is Chief Executive Officer, GoPizza. Please welcome Mahesh Reddy. He is co-founder and director, Rare Planet. A warm welcome to Ranodeep Saha. Please put your hands together for the head of brand and product marketing, Carrier Abound, Sean Menezes. Let's raise a cheer for the managing director, Sangeetha Mobiles, Subhash Chandra. Let's put our hands together for founder and chief executive officer, Vinculum. Please welcome Venkat Knott. And ladies and gentlemen, our most erudite and distinguished moderator is Global CIO, Tata International Limited, Anil Shankar. And ladies and gentlemen, I hand you over to the tender mercies and the very capable hands of Anil Shankar. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, good evening, everyone. I know it's towards the fag end of the day. Okay, am I audible, guys? Is it any better? Okay. So good evening once again. As I was saying, it's a little understandable that we're almost at the end of the day, nearing towards the end of the day. Evening could be a lot more exciting, but at this moment of time, I can understand. Oh, can't hear still? Anything can be done better, or we're good now? Okay, very good. Okay, so I think we can get started without no further ado. So the topic that we have is how do we build a better customer experience, or so to say, how do we get the customers back into the stores. I think historically, if you talk about, I think there have been various practices, whether you talk about loyalty or talk about post-sale engagement, promotions, and variety of different things different retailers have been trying to get customers back into the store. And for obvious reason, of course, and it's a stated fact that to get a new customer for anyone, the cost could be as high as 5 times or 6 times more as compared to retaining existing customer. So that's the context. So I'm setting it for the panelists. I think we have a very great panel team here from a very, very diverse and also very, very interesting formats of retail, between grocery to food to a lot of outdoor activity sports, apparels, shoes, all the different kind of verticals we have here in the retail formats. So let me get started here, and I hope the audience finds it interesting and continues. Okay. So maybe, is it any better? Okay. Okay. So I hope I will not have to repeat, but I'll straight away jump into the session because I see the clock ticking. So let me start. Is it still a problem? Okay. Is it the audibility is a problem that side or this side?
This side is a problem. This side was the speakers on that side.
Okay. So okay, I hope you are able to hear now.
Yeah,
I don't know. Otherwise, I'll come to your desk. I'll come to your seat and speak now. Okay. Okay. Right. So let me first start with a quick question, which you can probably quickly summarize your company or the format that you're into, and also talk a little bit about what are you currently doing in terms of getting the customer back, and what is your customer experience strategy. So I think I could not be starting with anybody better or more, I would say, stalwart among these, uh, Mr. Subhash from,
Want to start with me?
yeah.
Uh,
So if you can talk through
yeah,
what,
good evening, everyone. I think this mic is very loud. Very loud. Okay.
I've been misfortunate now.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So, the subject is creating strategies that make the customer coming back. Well, first of all, a small introduction. Sangeetha is 50 years old, 800 stores, headquartered at Bangalore, predominantly in South India. We have now started quick commerce. We are, okay, for the benefit of people who don't know Sangeetha, we started off 50 years back as a music store, but we are now 100% mobile and consumer electronic stores. So we now have forayed into, we were already there in e-commerce through 2-hour delivery. In fact, 2 years back, we started with 2-hour delivery. Now we have forayed into 30 minutes delivery for the last 5 months. We have recently started expanding into beyond South, where Sangeetha has not been there. The subject is, how do you get back customers again and again? First and foremost, it is obviously 50 years back, we never had many tools what we are having today. So it was pure customer engagement. The way we used to treat the customer, we used to make the customer feel at home. You know, I'm talking about 1970s when my dad opened. And as a school-going boy, after school, I used to come back to the store and attend customers. So those days, you know, I only knew that I had to, how would I empty the customer's purse? And these are days where the purse is anyway empty. You are using the QR code. So those days, the target was to make the customer buy as much as possible. And those were the days when if a particular product that the customer wanted, and again, I'm talking about 70s when we were selling records. If a particular record, let's say Sholay, or Hum Kisi Se Kam Nahi, or Bobby, or whatever, those days, if the record was not available, we would make a note and we would drop a postcard to the customer as soon as the product is available. We never knew all these, you know, the tools where an auto SMS goes today. Today we enter it on a CRM, and even without the knowledge of the store guy, there is an SMS that is going to the customer as soon as the product is inverted into the store. So much has been happening, and while the margins have not been growing, in fact, they have been only going downward, all the other costs, that is the challenge of a retailer, all the other costs have been going up, especially with technology. Life is becoming simpler, but technology comes at a cost. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
a
you.
large panel. I want everybody to be able to
Yeah, but
express.
that's a good point that you brought out, Subhash, that the emotional aspect which is there, I think that connects a lot with the customer. Of course, in today's tech world, I think a lot of things are happening in terms of customer engagement with regards to driving customer experience, but the emotional aspect continues to be important. So let me quickly go to Ankur. Ankur, yours of course is a global business, means you're a global brand.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and then you run a business that is across India and for a very niche segment, which is outdoor activities. And I'm sure in India right now there is a lot of people who are into activity, trekking, and all of that. So one question is that how are global practices influencing your business in India? And also, is there anything specific that you're doing for Indian customers to drive more and more adoption towards, in the area that you play in?
Yeah, I mean, Colombia is a global brand, but the common thread is that we stand for trekking and hiking and creating those memorable experiences and emotions for the customer. A lot of sports are there, like cricket is there, right? In which there are set rules, there is a set team, and you have to play by the rules, and either you win or lose. But in trekking and hiking, you are the sport. It is your game. It is your summit. It is your timing. Everything is about you, right? And that is where the emotional connect comes. Now, how do we do it as a global brand is by having a global collection. We don't manufacture separately for India as of now. The global best practices in terms of customer segmentation, in terms of merchandise segmentation, targeting, positioning, everything is followed as per global mandate so that the customer can get unique experience, yet he feels that he is shopping an international brand and not a local brand. And yeah, basically that, right? And just to link it with the whole point that it's your own sport, it creates those unique moments for the customer. So basically that.
Okay.
One thing which we are not doing here in India is we are staying away from discounts. Colombia globally does a lot of promotions and customer discount, but India is such a fast-growing market for the brand that we can consciously stay away from discounts and just focus on product quality and safety and emotions, basically.
Okay, that's a key takeaway. I think at the end of the day, product rules. I specifically myself have used your products and for trekking, and I believe I'll keep going back to your stores for more shopping. So obviously, product experience also talks a lot. Let me quickly go over to now. Randeep, Randeep, you have a very interesting store format. You operate out of airports mostly, and very, very niche segment again, in fact, of artifacts and other things that you do sell. So how do you ensure that in a kind of retail format that you are in and that too you operate out of airports, how do you make sure that you have repeat customers? And if you can talk about a little bit about your business as well, if people are not familiar. No audio. Okay, audio challenges. You want to pass on? Yeah, please.
Yeah. So at Rare Planet, we mostly run airport stores. I'm a first generation entrepreneur and we are there across almost 37 odd airports with 75 stores. And for us, we mostly sell authentic products from that area in that airport. So for us, we create an experience for the customer whenever he or she is coming to that airport. So I'll give a very specific example. Goa is a very interesting geography for us, and we have two odd airports in that specific city. Now, in both the airports, we have two stores each. Now, in every store, we have a different theme describing Goa. So there's a store which we call I Love Goa by Rare Planet in the old Double M airport. And once you get inside the store, you will feel as if you are inside Goa with all Goa sort of decor. Even the person who's selling to you at that store is wearing a Goa themed shirt and selling you across. So for every city, we customize the experience. When you go to our Kolkata airport store, you'll feel as if you're in a place inside Calcutta with that smell of Rajnigandha inside the store. So every store has an experience of its own, which we create. And that's what sets us apart. For us, we don't have a customer retention because in airport, we can't track which customer is coming to us every day, like a mall business. But if you create such an experience, no matter whoever is flying, if people usually have that 1 hour before taking a flight, and you have such an interesting concept, in no matter whichever city, I'll give you examples of cities like Gorakhpur, where hardly people go to travel, but our Gorakhpur stores do amazingly well. Or let us take an example of all the airports in UP, where we had Kumbh Mela this time. All our UP stores were on fire, whether it was Prayagraj, Varanasi, Kanpur, Lucknow. All airports were doing amazingly well because we had that sense of place in that store. So suppose you have gone to Kumbh Mela and you are coming back and we sell you a shiv or maybe a little bottle of Ganges water in the store, you'll obviously buy while you are going back. So this is what we create unique experiences in every store to attract the customer every time they fly.
Okay, that's
Your next
interesting.
2 years target is done, I guess.
No, but I think the interesting aspect here is that it's how do you make people buy impulsively and how do you create that experience the first time somebody is coming into your store? That's also quite challenging and I'm sure you're nailing it well. So now yeah, you want to add something?
Very interestingly, suppose you go to Calcutta, I don't know how much people are here from Calcutta. You go into the store and you have a light Rabindra Sangeet going on in that store with some smell of Rajnigandha. You automatically feel the sense of place inside the store. And then whatever we want to sell from that city automatically becomes a souvenir. So for us, it's creating the ambience inside that store is very, very important.
Okay, great. I've not experienced, but next time I'll make sure. I'm sure a lot of you also will try this. Let me quickly jump over to Mahesh. Mahesh is from GoPizza. I'll let him introduce quickly about the business concept. But again, the same question saying that in the business that you are in, which is quite niche again, and you are probably catering to a lot of youngsters, Gen Z in a sort, how are you managing to attract and how are you managing to retain customers?
Oof, Gen Zs. It's tough. It's tough because for me, my workforce, 80% is Gen Zs. Okay, Mahesh, from the South Korean brand GoPizza and got the second brand Dalcomi, which we launched. All these brands, with the help of course, Netflix, BTS, K-pop, it's helping the consumer to know how the different cultures across the world, and especially South Korea. So we do not have to actually do the marketing, and we have to only ensure the product personalized and around the Korean thing, and that's the theme which we have. I believe any brand to exit for a longer term, innovation, technology, and the customer. These three things have to be parallelly designed and work together, quarter by quarter, month by month, year by year. And it has to change as per the present trends. Why I'm saying this, of course, we run it's a food tech company. We run the AI and robotic at the back end. And to ensure the model to be scalable, to ensure the model to be, to ensure that it's more smooth for the present employees, the technology is helping us. And the innovation, of course, if we do not launch anything as per the present trend, which they are seeing at the Netflix or any of the channels, then we'll miss out the trend. The third, Gen Zs, I was just looking at the figures, currently drives 43% of India's consumer spending. And I was surprised with their collective spending, it's reaching almost $860 billion. And that $860 billion, $200 billion are the direct customers, and the influence is the balance part. So that's what we see how the Gen Zs are playing and helping the model, and especially with the Korean dramas and all this thing. We are presently predominantly in the south, which will start west in the coming quarter, and that's how the brand's taking up.
That's quite interesting. I hope very soon probably we will have GoPizza available in Mumbai for us to experience. Let me now quickly move over to Bias. Bias, if you can. So, Bias, yours is a very interesting concept. You started from a somewhat kind of a chicken selling stores or something, and from there you moved on to running supermarkets and a convenience store formats. So talk us through how's this transformation and what is that you are doing? I mean, I understand that you're largely in West Bengal right now and might be expanding further. So what is that you are doing to engage with your customers, and you can probably tell us a little more about your business as well.
So Arambagh's Food Mart is a chain of small format food and grocery convenience store in West Bengal. Currently, we are operating in 24 cities, all the tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well in West Bengal, and we have 86 stores. So the average size of the store would be around 600 to 700 square feet. Now, we initially used to be a chicken brand. Arambagh is more popular as a chicken brand in Bengal. And a chicken store was converted into a supermarket. At that time, the concept of supermarket was not at all there in West Bengal. And just to sell the related items that are the spices, rice, and dal that the housewives would be needing to cook the chicken along with. So we converted a few of the chicken stores into a small format supermarket, and it was very quickly a big success in Kolkata. That's how Arambagh's Food Mart came into existence. Now, what we do to keep our customers engaged is that we are a convenience store chain. Now, grocery is a very boring product. People, usually busy people do not like to do grocery shopping. And they rely mostly on online ordering. So how do we make a brick and mortar format successful? It's again in the lines of convenience only. The first convenience is, of course, the access. We call ourselves a neighborhood supermarket. We are positioned midway between a kirana store and a supermarket. So we are present in almost all the localities. So people can quickly reach any of the Arambagh stores within 5 minutes. And we provide quick checkout. It's a no-frill store. Everything is visible on the rack. Second thing is, of course, availability. I mean, if stocks are not available, whatever service you provide is futile unless things are available on the shelf. Now, since we provide the daily needed items, we ensure that even a 700 square feet store can accommodate 5,000 to 6,000 SKUs so that 90% of a customer's daily need is met there. We also provide free home deliveries, any distance, any amount, as soon as possible. Even our customers, some of our customers say, I've started cooking and I've run out of haldi, can you just quickly give it to me? Yeah, we'll come within 5 minutes, don't worry, ma'am. Some of our older customers rely on us in a way that our store guys go there and arrange their kitchen with the spices they have bought. So this is how we create loyalty, a very personalized experience. Some of our older employees know all our customers by name, by face. They come into our store, sit there, have a cup of tea, chat and say, "Aaj kuch nahi chahiye, bas thoda baat karne ke liye aaye the." So this is the personalized experience, the experience of a homely brand, a neighborhood store, and also along with a little bit of convenience. That's how we provide stickiness.
Okay, thank you. That's quite interesting. I think there are a lot of traditional approaches that you're taken to kind of make sure that the customers remain engaged. So let me quickly come to Avnish. Of course, Avnish representing Neerus, a very, very well-known brand when it comes to ethnic wear. I'm sure a lot of people who are married probably would have tried their stuff when you got married, or those youngsters who have not, probably you will try. So, Avnish, how do you see, I mean, so you can also talk about a little bit about your current forays, how you are expanding the business, and also if you can talk about saying that yours is almost like a 5-decade-old business, and within that, how are you retained customers? And are you saying that the people who got married 50 years back, again, their children are coming back to shop with you? How's the experience that you are able to deliver? Talk us through.
I think, Anil, you're making retention sound as tension. But I think there is no 100% success formula for retention. There are many people who are representing a lot of brands from the country, but किसी के पास formula है तो बताओ. I think copy to all, but to be frank, I think there's so much competition today. Every street is cluttered, and every online space is cluttered. Today we have to see how we stand out from the clutter. I think that is first entry-level problem that we have to solve, even if being a part of Neerus, you're a legacy brand where you spend more than 3-4 decades for a particular brand, or you're a new startup, or you're a 2-year-old brand, you know, we all need to first focus that in our category, how can I stand out? If in a panel of 10 people, am I able to wear a orange shoe and look different? Or if I, in the whole of panel, I can wear a white hat and look different, because as a brand, we are all trying hard to look different from the other. So I think getting customers to your stores, you know, oftenly, Anil, in our store, we have a fight कि sir, नया customer बहुत आ रहा है, पुराना नहीं आ रहा. In some stores, they say, पुराना बहुत आ रहा है, नए को कैसा लाएं? So today, there is a big fight that we are fighting for new customers, or we are fighting to retain the old customers. So that's a big question to all of us as retailers, because every day is a new day, there is a new challenge. I can spot, you know, one of my very good friends who's taking a video, Mr. Viren from Creamstone from Telangana. He runs an exceptional ice cream brand. Now what I see, I'm a customer to him. How is he retaining me? He retains me with his one ice cream called Alfonso. So Alfonso Creamstone ice cream is my way to go back to Creamstone again and again. So probably he's into community building. Probably somebody like Neerus believes in community building as well. So if, you know, next month we start off with Ramzan. So is there something that we are doing for Eid? So there is something called Eid ki dress that we do for customers. And, you know, whenever Eid comes, it's our intention to tell every customer that your Eid ki dress, the day that you wear on Eid, the dress that you wear should be from Neerus. So that is my way of retaining them. You know, to remind them on every Eid that the day when you dress on Eid should be a Neerus dress. Similarly, in the community building, if I'm talking about, say, somebody getting married, and, you know, someone who was a 16, now she's a 60, she's still a customer to Neerus because we belong to that legacy. So how can she imbibe in her granddaughter that, beta, jab hum 16 saal ke the, I had worn the Neerus lehenga. Is it possible that she will wear that Neerus lehenga? Then the play of product comes into play. So today that girl is just maybe 27, 28 or 30, and the grandmother is 60 plus. And, you know, with product, am I able to explain my customer that I was relevant in 1980 and also I'm relevant in 2025? So, you know, again, then we stress on product, but basically it's all about community building. Am I creating that cult or culture of Neerus within my customers? They want to come back to me. Am I giving them something good once a year? Am I giving them a good end of season sale or a grand annual sale? So at Neerus, we believe in annual sale. We don't do end of seasons. We just believe 1 year, one sale, and it should be a dhamaka. People should enjoy. It's like a festival. You come to our stores in heaps and bounds, and you get 3-4 people. You start preparing for that sale, telling them that, you know, madam, aapko preview ka message nahi aaya kya? So she's waiting that I should get the SMS from Neerus saying the sale is starting. Although they know every year, 26 January, we start the sale. So they want to know, am I that privileged customer that I get the SMS 2-3 days before, and am I in their database or not? Rather than we as a brand fighting that I want her in my database, it should be the either way around, that customers should come and tell you, I want to be in your database, and let me know whenever you're doing something like this. So I think it's all about how you create that cult and culture and community building with your brand, and that's the way you create that retention, that they keep coming back to you. Second, very, very, very important thing that I personally believe as promoting this particular brand is talking to the customer. The more you talk in terms of visual, social media, digital media, outdoor activities. Marketing today is a very easy point to cut off from your spend list. Today you tell your marketing head, ये महीने 5 लाख कम करो. So as a promoter, you will feel, मेरे 5 लाख बच गए. But is that the right way to do it or not? Because somewhere we get hit on our margins and we start realizing what are the big costs, let's cut on them. And marketing becomes, you know, one of the first costs because that is the spend that you do. Rest all are earning for you. A marketing person is always spending for you. So you think कि इसको बचाएंगे तो शायद थोड़ा बहुत margin बच जाएगा. But that's the worst decision ever. If particularly you're in a fashion brand or apparel brand, there is no way you can skip marketing. Talk to your customer as much as you can. Send them WhatsApp images, send them messages, show them your Instagram, very fancy digital content that you can create. Today, AI, CGI, so much of things keep happening. You know, like what we did last year with Neerus when there was a voting campaign, we did a campaign called Vote Ki Tayari. Now, Neerus doesn't have any angle to promote voting in India, but as a brand, to my customers, I said, forget about the country, at least being a Neerus customer or someone in my database, dress well and go for vote. So Neerus has dictated that to you. So that is the way we keep talking to the customers. You know, like how I'm telling the campaign for Ramzan or something we do for Dasera, something we do for Pongal. You know, India is blessed with so many festivals across. So all this is duly possible. Keep talking to them, keep giving them knowledge about your product. If she doesn't know about a fashion or a cut that's going to be in trend. Suppose a movie hit last year, episode of series. I can see a lot of ladies here. You must be aware of Hira Mandi. So something like that came, it created a cult in ethnic where everybody wanted to dress up like Hira Mandi. But is there a brand giving you stuff like that? Is there in the market or not? So we take that as an opportunity and create that and give back to the customer as a product and they retain with us. You know, you're telling that you have seen in a movie or in a theater or a Friday movie and now you're getting it at a store near you at Neerus. So that becomes my way of retention. So there are many ways, no success formula, exclusive to all, so things can
But
be
there are
worked out.
some interesting points you made, right from community building to how you relate to events. And one important aspect that you mentioned is pre-sale, means pre-purchase engagement. Um, so in a customer experience, it's not just that while the customer is there inside the store, but it is also what happens before and what happens after that matters. So I think quite interesting points there. So let me quickly move over to Sean. Now, Sean, you facilitate a lot of customer experiences inside the store. So you are from Carrier, so I'll let you introduce a bit about the offering and also quickly talk us through how do you enable retailers.
Thank you, Anil. Hi, everyone. So I'm Sean Menezes. I'm from Carrier Abound. We offer digitally enabled lifecycle and solutions and services to diverse building portfolios, including retail and restaurants, to enable operators to manage operations and maintenance, to enhance energy efficiency, occupant comfort, asset performance, and to streamline compliance reporting. So what we do is we help customers with, and let's take the case of retailers, of course, now, to manage how their in-store environment is, so they can both ensure that their customers, their employees, and of course, even their merchandise is well taken care of and creates that inviting experience for customers to enjoy in store. So what we do is we manage the equipment well, and we do that using data, so that our customers are then empowered to look at all that's happening within their stores, which could be across the country. We have folks here with stores across the length and breadth of the country as well. So they can see how they're performing and how they need to react to maybe environments changing in the temperature, changing in the number of footfall, so that they can offer that experience consistently and keep inviting their customers to come back. So another thing we do is, of course, by managing the equipment is by reducing the amount of energy consumption. And that helps also with the brand perception, because customers today are very conscious about the environment. You have a Nielsen study that said 2/3 of the customers they surveyed in India prefer shopping from eco-friendly brands. So by doing that, we then give our customers the ability to see how much they've saved, what that translates into, which feeds back into what Avnish was saying, which is where you give them content to tell stories to customers that this is what I am doing that helps us save energy, helps reduce our carbon footprint, so that your shopping experience is not necessarily impacting the environment, but at the same time offering that experience where their merchandise in the store, or whether they're in a restaurant and they're feeling nice and comfortable to spend time, enjoy their cup of coffee or pizza as the case may be, and spend more, of course. That helps the retail business itself grow.
Thanks, Sean. So I understand you're also the sustainability partner for this event, and
yes.
If time permitting, we'll come back to you saying that sustainability-wise, what are the other things you are doing. But let me quickly now come to Venkat. So very interestingly, you would have noticed in the audience that we have not got into any tech questions as yet. That's because when I came in, one of the feedback I got is that every session that we are going, it's only technology discussions are happening. So far we have kept the discussion out of technology. But in retail, you can't keep technology out at the end of the day. I think retail, technology runs retail across the board. So we have Venkat. So Venkat, as a technology partner to many companies in India, many retailers in India, how do you see that you are changing the experience? And how's that you are enabling retailers? If you want to talk about that, please.
It's a long one, but means I'm the founder CEO of Vinculum. If we we've been privileged to be part of the transformation of the industry. So maybe just in a quick half minute, we started with a warehousing product to automate the warehouses. The first product in the industry, possibly. From there on, we moved into creating an omni-channel suite of solutions. We've seen brands transform themselves from both digital and social experiences along with the offline stores. I think COVID obviously made a big change. I would say post-COVID, we didn't have to sell. Brands started coming to us and saying, how can we do across channels? So all that I spoke in 2014, we started actually implementing in 2021, 22. So that's the interesting aspect of it. You do need that kind of a shift, I would say. Today, if you look at it, we are an industry leader with respect to an enterprise class product information product, OMS product, WMS product. But leave the product side alone. Supply chain is the glue of omni-channel journey for most of the retailers. So if you look at what makes many of the brands stick, you obviously have to be present where people are buying. So you have to be, your technology's job is to make it easy for brands to put their catalog up in their web stores or the marketplaces. We have an enterprise class product information management product which helps you to create content once and publish it on any channel. How does that help? You're present on each of the channels in a jiffy. There are brands with whom we work who used to take 1.5 months, 4 weeks to get their catalog up on the product set. So while you want to sell, you're not in a position to sell. So here we get that done in a matter of an hour. You can technically list in 30 countries without actually moving from your city. Basically, the PIM product makes it consistent and pushes it into any of the online marketplaces or web stores. So that's one of the offerings which makes it easy for brands to be able to be present and do it quickly. Okay, means why is a Zara so great, right? Because of the ability to go from design to the store in a rapid pace. Why can't anybody be a Zara if technology can enable you to do it? So that's the thinking. We got to spot those trends and the opportunity. Means as long as a technology player understands the industry, there's a bunch of opportunities to play there. Similarly, means I can keep talking, but omni-channel wise, endless aisle and clienteling is one of the things we are seeing today, where customers want to walk into the store and not be bound by what is there in the store. I should be able to buy my product, my choice of product, even if the item is not available in the store. And this is not restricted to COCO stores, or it can be franchises, it can be a multi-brand outlet or a distributor. So that's something we enable.
So
clienteling applications
I'm just
or something.
interjecting here, but I'll just put it across in, sorry, I'm just interjecting.
No, please.
But
please.
I'm just saying that, okay, I've been a practitioner myself in retail for a long time. So a decade back, if we had to set up a website, or if you had to start selling on a marketplace, catalog and all of that, it used to be a daunting task. So thanks to Vinculum and similar partners today, I think you can get that journey across much faster. So I'll not let you do sales pitch more, but then I've done it for you.
No, which is great, which is true as well.
But that's the truth. I think today probably these kind of use cases or these kind of requirements which are many retailers are still going through. And as I was talking through this panel in the green room, some of them are already omni-channel enabled, some are aspiring to become. And that's probably where you have Vinculum and similar kind of partners who can enable that. So just continuing with that same thought process, I would like to come to both Subhas and Ankur. So both of you are in some ways, and in many ways are omnichannel enabled. So how important are you seeing? Like Subhas, if I may start with you, like you said that you are doing 30 minutes delivery now, and then you are lot of localization that you are driving. So is it really helping you to retain customers, or again, in your case also, most of your buyers, I'm assuming that Gen Z buyers. So is this a very, very sticky point for the customers to be with you, or there is something that typically that happens that returns are a big deal, or how are you managing the omni-channel aspect of the business when it comes to driving experience?
Well, first and foremost, the mummy and daddy who have been our customers for the last so many years, there's no guarantee that their children will continue to be our customers. Parents may be emotionally connected to the brand Sangeetha, but the children are not expected to be, because in fact, they would be finding fault with their parents as to why they are going all the way to the store to buy. Because they are tech savvy and they want to sit at home, and they've got so used to getting everything at home in 10 minutes. So the habits have changed, the social habits have changed so much that we are in omni-channel, we are in e-commerce. Yes, everybody is talking that you have to be in omni-channel, you have to be in quick commerce. That is because, same thing, whatever I'm saying, because the habits are changing. If you are not there, probably you will never be there in the future as a brand. You will cease to exist, probably. That is why we are there. While we thought that because we have 800 stores, there is no separate warehouse required, there is no separate inventory required, and there is already an office and everything, the entire HR, marketing, every team is there. Only with a handful of people, we should be able to do it. A couple of tech guys, a couple of design guys, a category head, a separate marketing guy for all that. But then, it's a different customer. What we very, very clearly see in e-com customer is what brand mix sells in the stores is exactly the opposite of what sells in the online space. I don't know if it is the same with other friends of ours in the other businesses or in the other product categories also. At least in mobile phone space, we have seen that the brand choice is totally different. So what we get to understand is, it has been now about 12 years of e-commerce in India. 2013, I think, the big names started their journey, Amazon, Flipkart. And in the last 12 years, some people who initially tried e-commerce because it was cheaper, some of them had a bad experience and went, or after some time they went back to physical retail. Some of them, stuck on with the e-com. So what has happened is there has been a clear line. So customers who are in the online space are clearly in the online space, and customers who continue to buy in offline, at least the generation that is coming, even if their children are not coming to the stores, the parents are coming and buying. So, but at the same time, as a brand, I have to cater to both. That is what we are trying to do. It has been a loss-making business. I'm not answering exactly to your question, but then the online business part is a bleed for now. But we are hoping that things will improve. In spite of the fact that costs are separate manpower or separate inventory or anything is not there, still it is a bleed.
But you see that as a added convenience for the customers and driving experience?
It is certainly an added convenience, and moreover, see, customer is today everywhere there. He's there, there are customers. In fact, I think Meta, the person while he was presenting, a customer who sees the ad in the online, there is a high likelihood, even if he is not an online customer, he might walk into the store and buy. So therefore, indirectly, probably that our online team, whatever they are doing, is also indirectly helping the offline stores. That is something what we are doing, what we are seeing. And then the other thing is we have built, how has Sangeetha stayed relevant in the last so many years in spite of e-commerce being there and especially mobile phone as a category being the worst affected category, worst hit category by the online players, especially with regards to price. How have we stayed relevant? Is because we brought in a lot of value-added services. These value-added services are being spoken with a man behind the counter. Somehow I have not been able to convince my head of business of online to also promote the value-added services in the online space. He says, no, 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 sir. Online customer is pure price-only customer, sir. वहाँ तो ये सब नहीं बिकता. So maybe it is his personal view.
No, I think
Yeah. So slowly we are getting at it. In fact, recently I made him meet the head of One Assist, who is purely a VAS player who was there. We never sell One Assist because we have our own in-house value-added service program, which is, over the counter we replace. Nobody can match our value-added service. But the One Assist people have been going on knocking our doors for last so many years. So latest visit, I made my guy, my head of business, sit with him, and from his mouth hear as to how much Flipkart and Amazon do contribute to his business.
No,
So that's it.
That's wonderful because, like you said, staying relevant in an age where quick commerce, where 10 minutes deliveries are happening, and you have competition in the form of the biggies, staying relevant, I'm sure you're getting something done where the customers still are coming back to you. Ankur, from your standpoint, yours is a very, very experiential product, right? People come to you for either trekking gear or those kind of things. So how much of online experience really matters? Does it really add to customers' experience, pushing them to buy, or is it more experiential so people should come to the store and experience? How are you looking at this aspect?
Well, I think I thought I'll just touch upon the omni-channel bit a little bit more. Yes, we are omni-channel, but we are omni-channel only on our own channels. That is website and that is our own stores. Can the customer buy on in our stores and return on Myntra? Not at all. And the answer is actually a question to everybody here and maybe in the audience as well. My customer can buy from US, but I can't locate that invoice number in India. I'm not omni-channel. I'm not to that extent omni-channel. Maybe I'm 20% omni-channel, which is just my contribution of my channels. Likewise, if somebody buys on Myntra, they can't come and return on my portal. There is margin loss, there is lack of customer traceability, and so many things. So omni-channel per se is just a journey where depending upon which brand we are talking about, we are probably 10, 15, 20, 50, 80% there as of now. We are probably 20%, I can tell you for our brand in particular. Now coming to Colombia as a experiential online versus offline brand, see, we have to be present everywhere. There is no question of being either offline or online. If the customer is online, we would rather be online as well. And which is why we quickly rolled out on all the Myntras of the world and Amazon and wherever. Right, so it's just basically if you keep customer in the center of your strategy and then just revolve around that, you'll be present wherever the customer is. Quick commerce is a different animal, too many dark stores, too much inventory involvement. We are still figuring that out. But on our website, we can probably deliver in 2 to 3 hours as of the last 1 year, at least.
Okay. So I think the takeaway there is that omnichannel is important, no doubt about it. It adds to convenience, may not be really profitable, but there are other things that you can do, like Subhas mentioned, value-added services, which makes your value proposition much more stronger for the customers to keep coming back. Quickly going over to Mahesh, you were talking about a personalization of a different kind altogether. Usually when you talk about personalization, we talk about buying behavior and how do we do customer analytics to create personalized experience. In your case, you are talking about an interesting concept of personalization. We want to talk a little more about it as to how that is enabling customers to come back to you.
Yeah, with so much of competition, of so many players being there in the pizza market, we were very clear that when we launch it, everything has to be different. So we ensure the pizza itself has to be personalized. And the COVID also helps during that time because you should not share the pizza during that time. So we use that slogan and we launched oval shaped pizza, personalized pizza, and everything has to be different. So shape, size, speed.
I think the voice is little.
Okay. Shape, size, speed,
Yeah.
and service. So we ensure the pizza is being served in 5 minutes as compared to the standard 15-20 minutes. So everything we ensure the customer gets his personalized pizza, which he should not be shared, and he orders again, and whatever he would like to add the toppings, he does it. So that's how we ensured to win the entire customers on the basis of the customer, where there is so much of competition in the present pizza competition.
Okay. So just quickly moving over, I'm just looking at the time, so we have limited time. So I'm just moving over to saying that how do you measure this entire repeat purchase behavior of your customers, and how do you make sure that the customers actually have a voice? So there is something called voice of customer. Many retailers have been obsessed about, and also there is this concept of saying that how do you get the voice of the customer into the boardroom, or how do you measure that? So maybe Avnish, you want to talk about it. How do you ensure that in your management reviews or in your boardroom discussions, how does voice of customer get reflected? Is that something that you have a program or anything that you run to get that?
So I think we have the quickest way of understanding that, no big technology involved, but a simple way of WhatsApp group. So wherein we actually, all the clusters to operations to their heads, to the retail head, to the promoter, the whole level works on a WhatsApp group where we have a quick action force team which is built over WhatsApp, that because every person like our sales team who's there, they may not be so educated or so tech enabled that they need to have something on their phone to post it to us. So as a team, we have decided that everything has to come within the same day. EOD means EOD. So any request that customer says that I had a bad experience, even if it's a Google rating problem, even if it's a problem at the store level, if the dresses are not altered well, if she's upset with the kind of finishing that she required, everything boils down to that one EOD WhatsApp group that we have. Okay. Then there is a whole team sitting behind that. If it's a product problem, it goes to the product supervisor. If it's a complaint of any interior problem of the store, it goes to the projects team. So likewise, sub-teams are informed that what are the issues in the store level, and it has to be solved in not later than 48 hours.
Okay.
So that is the way, because today we are sitting in 2025, you cannot have the customer.
But do you have any measuring KPI around it or anything
Yeah,
that
so
you create?
yeah, so we have those APIs. The store level is given an SOP. Take fluent customer feedbacks. On couple of 4-5 things, and whatever they come back with, then we rebound it to them. So it's from marketing to store experience. We keep taking that, but eventually all comes to a group, and from there it's divided to the subgroup. Then it comes to how you're saying it's a boardroom talk, and then the whole solution comes from there. 48 hours is the timeline for every problem to solve.
Right, that's quite a good way. Very quickly, Randeep, anything that you do in terms of getting the customer voice? So we understand the format that you operate. It is very
Almost
impulsive.
similar stuff. If a customer has a bad experience, we also have the same WhatsApp group. It boils down, it has to be in the same day. Because today the customer is also impatient. We're in 2025. If a customer is charged twice or has a bad experience, it has to be resolved immediately. Else the customer is the god at the end of the day, and we can't keep on hanging him. Boss, आज इतना powerful social media hai, he can just go there and post a single sentence that causes such a big reputation issue for the brand.
But do you have any KPIs or dashboards that you
So
bring up
KPIs are there for the store level itself. From opening of the store till closing, there are a lot of KPIs which the store level staff has to follow. Of that few things, we also know that all the staff can't handle digital that properly. So a lot of things are done on WhatsApp.
Okay. So very
A lot of
quickly,
KPIs are there: is voice of customer, NPS, customer lifetime value, repeat rate, new customer acquisition. A lot of KPIs are there depending on what you want to track.
Okay. So again, we spoke to, Bias and Subhas, this question to you because you spoke about a lot of emotional aspect of it. And I kind of got familiarized with a new terminology called net emotional value, which is also a measurable KPI. Any thoughts saying that how you want to measure going forward this net emotional value, which is similar to, I think we are all familiar to net, means lifetime value and things like that. How do you capture net emotional value of your customers?
I don't know if I'm answering your question, but the latest thing that we have, Sangeetha, what we have started is we have opened a flagship store. Uh, and here, what we are trying to do is, you know, my son always used to say for the last 7, 8 years, he has been saying, every non-living thing would be smart very soon. Every non-living thing is going to be a smart device. So I never took it seriously. So we have a lot of such products in our latest flagship store, which is right from a smart dustbin, smart luggage, smart chessboard, smart goggles, not just for listening to music, but smart goggles which, if you are a professional swimmer, you get the speed at which you are swimming and the number of laps that you have completed on the lens. Okay, so we have just opened one such store, smart luggage, the luggage which will follow you. You don't have to hold it. So I don't know if I have answered your...
That's still a lot more technology. I was talking about more
Yeah,
emotional.
it's not about emotional.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Let's go to Bias and then we'll come to Venkat. Anything that you measure your emotional connect with the customers, net emotional value.
No, we don't have anything to measure that as such, but yeah, the usual channels of feedback, complaint, categorizing, analyzing, and how we are improving or not improving.
Yeah. So Venkat, this question was supposed to come back to you any which ways. See, no session can complete without a question on AI. So you tell us,
You wanted
being
to
a
talk about
technology
AI. Okay,
partner
fair enough,
with
fair enough.
AI, how can you make these KPIs visible to the retailers? How can they measure net emotional value? How can they measure their lifetime value? You talk about that, how you
See,
empower
I
them.
mean, again, you picked the most wide topic for me to answer. But let me give an example, okay? The gamification is something which borders on making you come back again and again. I'll give you one very simple example. Um, it's not there in India. In a McDonald's shop, there used to be a video game which was kept for kids, okay? The character becomes stronger as the kid orders the same dish again. Okay? Now, there is a push for the kid to go back to McDonald's because his character is becoming weak. So the kid this happened in my case where my son was saying, hey, we have to go back, this character is too weak. We have to go back to McDonald's to make him strong. Okay, so gamification I think is a key thing there. I do think there are many things people are doing. But this stuck in my head because I was forced to take him to the shop to make him happier.
Thank you. I think our time is up almost. I just wanted to wrap up with one example, and this is from one of the stalwarts of auto industry in India, and the head, you can guess, but he said that he was talking about voice of customer, and he was saying that Twitter, he is very active in Twitter, you can guess who that is, and he says that Twitter is kind of enabled him to get the voice of customers. He says that what otherwise would have been, he would have to employ or probably engage a large consulting company to get the voice of customers to him. He's getting that right on his fingertips, and through the customers, the feedback coming to him, unfiltered, 24/7, and he is able to analyze anytime that he wants to. So I don't want to name because it's not a quote from him, but that's how technology is also helping. I'm sure there is a lot more that is possible in terms of measuring and also driving customer experience in the stores. So with that anecdote, I think I will probably close the session. I'm not too sure if there is time for questions. If there is anybody compellingly feeling saying that they have to ask a question, probably we'll take one question. And there is no compulsion. So I think we'll wrap it up. Thank you so much. I think we had a very, very diverse panelist, as you would see. And thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure. And I hope it was insightful for the audience as well. So thank you so much.